Alright, folks, I just want to get this over with. We're close to WrestleMania, and all I can get from this entire road to WrestleMania, and I'm trying to be as honest as I can with this as possible. Thanks. You guys just think that I'm just bitter because my favorite wrestlers are not competing, or I think surprise NXT Super WWE is so ill prepared because of their unforgivable fucking schedule and their very little build up and rush for matches. There's like about nearly 10 one-on-one matches with only the Andre the Giant Battle Royal and a fatal four-way women's tag match for the women's title that nobody cares to watch. The only thing fans are excited for is Batista's coming back to face off against Triple H. Anything else from this entire episode of SmackDown that Kofi Kingston was not even competing. The New Day had to represent him in a tag team gauntlet match. So they had to face off against somehow Rusev and Nakamura. I already had complaints over them being a tag team. The Bar, the Usos, and Daniel Bryan and Eric Rowan for the main event. That took up the second half of the entire show just to build up. Oh, look at this. Kofi Kingston has done nothing. There has not been that much campaigning. Just the fans kept just shouting Kofi's name. Kofi barely showed that much anticipation that he really cares about the WWE title. And all it is a sympathy point because WWE has no other guy that's willing to become WWE champion for some apparent reason. Over the course of just watching this for about the last couple of years, Rusev doesn't deserve a WWE championship shot. Not Nakamura, the previous Royal Rumble winner, and barely was a threat for the WWE title except like 3 months. Not Randy Orton. Not even Eric Rowan, the guy that seems to be getting... No, not Eric Rowan. Jesus Christ. Or Andrade. It's... Come on, guys. What's the build-up coming to? And it's like... Kofi Kingston? A guy that's born for mid-card? Even if he wins the WWE Championship come Sunday, are you sure people are going to tune in to see that Kofi Kingston is WWE Champion? I understand that they might not do it. Even if they did, it would just be the Jinder Mahal effect, like a born-again mid-carder holding the world title. But nobody will remember his reign, like Kofi Kingston's several Intercontinental title reigns and his several United States Championship reigns. Only people could remember him as his tag team title reigns. And I love Kofi. It's like they brought back the Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania where it should be. Or the Money in the Bank, or the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. He'll sell tickets. Not in the WWE Championship where the New Day has done more talking for him than he could ever do when he's facing off against the boss. Whenever he neglects him and thinks he's not a WWE Champion. You made Kevin Owens babyface in his return. Asuka that already been a paper champion, sadly, with barely that much competition, with very little storylines in the SmackDown female roster. I can see why they give the belt to Charlotte so they can maybe merge it come WrestleMania. Thinks Charlotte's now like a 10-time SmackDown Women's Champion, even though she's been in the company since like 2015. Well, been in the main roster. She's been on developmental for quite a few years. But still, that's quite a lot of time to rush a title change come SmackDown. And Naomi, Asuka, Salida Vega, Cameron, Carmella. Shit, I've heard Cameron's gone. There's a lot of other women that are well deserved or at least need a storyline to continue, but we forget how irrelevant SmackDown has been. That we have no storylines built up, but it's just a comeback story of Kofi Kingston. So we open up the segment with the New Day complaining again how 11 years. I mean, they complain about they have never complained, yet they now complain for the last several weeks, and it didn't do anything to change it. They don't change their attitude. They don't change the way they look. They don't change the way they are. They don't even endorse Kofi that much, and yet he gets a title shot. Kevin Owens doesn't complain after just always sabotaging his chances to be one-on-one with the WWE champion. Mustafa Ali does not complain. Nobody has anything to say that maybe they would like to be gunning for the WWE championship. Thanks, neither any SmackDown superstar is a Royal Rumble winner. So, McMahon is like, you don't deserve a damn thing, and he just issues the gauntlet match for the main event involving Xavier Woods and Biggie Langston against the gauntlet of tag teams that are really shitty at the moment. You have to make Sheamus and Cesaro a tag team for 3 years, and I don't give a shit. Next up was a pretty good match involving the SmackDown Women's Championship. There was a fucking top rope C4 coming from Charlotte Flair. A good heel kick, but only gets a 2 count. Everything that was a good move got a 2 count, except the time she hits the figure 8 again and finally gets a submission hold. This was a pretty good wrestling match. If they wanted to, they could have just done Charlotte and Asuka again. And Becky and Ronda for WrestleMania. Thanks. Doesn't Asuka want to avenge her first loss in her main roster career? And her first Mania loss? At WrestleMania? I think that would be a more interesting storyline to see how Asuka kind of had a downward spiral. And thanks that she's a women's champion again, it'd be cool if, if thanks she's the women's champion, maybe there's more at stake at her, but they don't give a fuck. What the fuck are they doing? I'm trying to understand this for the past few years, how they've been making Batista look like a whiny bitch since 2014. They've been making the women's roster look tough. When I mean look tough, I mean they add a bit of muscle, but they still have no characteristics to show why they're likable. They make women's tag titles instead of cruiserweight tag titles to actually make the cruiserweights that they get a lot of indie fuckers in the ring and they have not a lot of shit to do with them. Like make storylines or at least make a different themes. They don't even put them on Raw anymore. They gave them something called fucking 205 Live to waste my fucking time. And we know every cruiserweight match is gonna be in fucking Kickoff, so there's no point of that even existing. Like Kickoff even existing. It doesn't even have a kickoff where it just tells you what's going to be in the main card for you to be excited. This match was fun, but why give Charlotte the title? They don't give a fuck about this brand split anymore. I saw Shelton Benjamin on SmackDown. After the previous week, he had to face off against Seth Rollins. The fuck? Next up was Kurt Angle versus AJ Styles. It's supposed to be the tribute tour. I still don't understand why you're facing off against Baron Corbin. You take it like he gave you a career-ending injury or some shit like this. Well, because Corbin was a jerk? Oh, he's a big jerk. I'm gonna kick your ass. That's the entire storyline of a heel and a babyface in WWE's eyes right now. It's nothing personal. It's nothing intense. I'd rather watch Bobby Roode's promos than watch this goddamn excuse of build-up for a WrestleMania. And now, yeah, I was cut of a dream match involving Kurt Angle that's on Raw and AJ Styles on SmackDown. Samoa Joe on SmackDown and Kurt Angle on Raw. You know how many dream matches I would want to see that at WrestleMania? No! But I can watch that shit on SmackDown and Raw on free television, wasting my money. Watching Mania where I have to see Kurt Angle and Baron Corbin wrestle at pay-per-view. But I watch Kurt Angle and AJ Styles fight on free TV, and I watch Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle fight on free TV. You know how retarded you sound right now? You look right now, WWE, that you make me feel really aggravated? In the way that I'm supposed to give a fuck about AJ Styles and Kurt Angle wrestle, even though we all know he's feuding with Randy Orton, so Randy Orton just gonna come out, do his cliche RKO out of fucking nowhere, and just absolutely waste my time. That's how it is. That's how it is, man. I try my best to chill out and just watch a good television program. You know, build up, show more characters, show the mid card, show what other shit I can watch other than just a few promos, a few decent matches on free TV, and yet poor execution on pay per view. Like it was for WrestleMania 32, like for 34, that was last year. How they rushed Ronda Rousey versus Triple H and fucking Stephanie McMahon. How a dream match that WWE wanted to see in the western part of the world, from what happened at Wrestle Kingdom 10 to what happened at WrestleMania 34. And I'd rather watch the Wrestle Kingdom 10 match. It shouldn't be that difficult to make something look good be good. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. And I'm boggling my mind right now that you make these pay-per-view matches on free TV. Why? It's a simple why. Whatever, it was a DQ finish and it ended up with Kurt Angle giving an angle slam to Randy Orton. Next up was another passionate promo by The Miz that was involving Shane McMahon, and it's like, this petty fucking feud makes me pissed off. Yeah, sure. Miz is great on the mic. He's a good promo artist. He's incredible at showing his own full emotion and how much he earned a spot. Yada yada yada. He gets a false count anywhere match. Like I give a fuck. All because he beat up his dad. While Shane should have saw this coming. And plus, that's the best match Shane McMahon can work in, even though in normal matches Shane been alright for the last few years. The heel turn was surprising in Fastlane, but Fastlane didn't need to exist. If you wanted Shane to make a surprise heel turn, you could add it on SmackDown. I don't give a fuck about my attitude right now. Because how much WWE doesn't give a fuck about what it's doing. So it had security guards, a lot of jobbers in the damn ring protecting Shane McMahon for no damn reason. The same man that nearly defeated The Undertaker needs security guards now to take care of The Miz that's pussied out of nearly every fight he had in the company. This storyline makes a lot of sense. The Miz, the guy that's highest competition in his career, been against John Cena. John Cena couldn't even handle The Undertaker one-on-one, and it only took under 10 minutes to finish the match. Shane McMahon had a Hell in a Cell match with The Undertaker and lasted longer than expected. Sure, it was crazy seeing The Miz just beat the shit out of everybody, but it's like, do I really have to care? This Mania is shit. By God, it's Mania is shit, folks. I'm sorry. I wish I would be optimistic. Next up was the Gauntlet match reported by Vince McMahon earlier into the show. So it was involving Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Rusev, Cesaro and Sheamus, The Bar, and Bryan and Rowan for the main event. That took up 6 hours. So I think we had a roll up finish. I mean, using the up down down for the finish. Nakamura getting pushed off. Biggie saves Xavier Woods down for the finish, allowing a roll up. Sheamus, there was a lot of decent flips. There was some good hot tags, but goddamn, they cut too much into Kofi Kingston and the rest of the locker room just viewing the match. Then the Cesaro hits Kofi in the finish. I think to weaken the New Day. So they just ended off a DQ. Usos forfeit because they turned babyface immediately after turning back heel, so that made no fucking sense. Then we had, I know the turn heel after Mania, I don't give a fuck. And then Daniel Bryan just working on the leg of Big E while Eric Rowan's taking care of the smaller guy. This show made no sense. But it took like tossing a table over Eric Rowan to finish the match. New Day wins the gauntlet. Obviously, we need a field goal moment before Mania, or at least a shocker moment. And it ends up with Kofi Kingston having Daniel Bryan one-on-one at WrestleMania. The shittiest build-up ever. What the fuck are we going to do with the high potential superstars we have? We got rid of the Money in the Bank. Made it their own pay-per-view, and nobody gets over since the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. At all. That pisses me off. Very little build-up for the mid-card. Pisses me off. No multi-man matches that have any meaning. Pisses me off. No tournaments. No build-up. No personal feuds. Pisses me off. Dean Ambrose turning into a jobber. Pisses me off. Andrade not given anything with Rey Mysterio. Pisses me off. Samoa Joe should be facing off against Kevin Owens for something for the world title. Kevin Owens' babyface pisses me off. Tommaso Ciampa injured pisses me off. A lot of stuff. Batista's fucking bullshit character pisses me off. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. I'm trying my best here. This gets a 5 out of 10. I mean, it was an alright feel-good moment. The promos were alright by The Miz, but Jesus Christ, I did not care about the show. Thanks for watching. I am so disinterested. I hope you guys enjoy WrestleMania.